Let's go. Is that piano coming through? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Oh, what's up, Imajiro? I'm using your piano right now. You cannot spell imagine without Imajiro. It's so true. I'm not playing on MacBook. I have this bad boy. Probably tweet this link out, huh? Hop in. Let's go. Oh, is it? Should I? Hold up, let me try and fix it. How's that? Yeah, my fan is going crazy right now. I'm sorry about that. It's a MacBook. I'm not made to run this shit. Just gonna wait for a little bit more. Wait a couple more minutes till I start opening shit. Yo, Yumster, were you the person that sent a song to Fantano of mine? I heard about that. I wasn't there, but. Oh, thank you for saying it. I appreciate it. Yo, show us the fishmonger DJ set projects. Yeah, I might do that actually, because I think this might go quicker than the last one. Because Bozo and Where Did You Fall were like the hardest ones to get through because they're super dense. But these aren't as bad, I don't think. I don't think these will take as long. Okay, let's run it. Let's fucking run it. 606, track 6, Spoiled Brat. Fucking do it. First of all, okay, wait, if you can hear Ableton, then this should all work. But, sorry, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the thing at the same time. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Give me a second.
I like stream.
Strictly business.
Does that come through okay? Yeah, there's a lot of tracks in here. This one's pretty stacked. Banger. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this song. Oh yeah. Okay, so this was like pretty. This is a couple months into quarantine. I was like back with my parents or whatever. Spending time with them and stuff. But I had found this. There was this 909 Worldwide set on SoundCloud by Indie Chick 06, who just played the last one, I think, with School Up Depository, I believe. But she had uploaded that mix. I forget what the title was, but I had like been on that SoundCloud account just listening to those mixes like on walks, like I think for like about a month. I would do it like every other day or something like that. And it was all these like sort of like MySpace era songs or like pop punk shit or like emo shit or whatever. And it was just like they would just nightcore it and then like play it back or whatever. And I remember hearing this like song by Forever the Sickest Kids called My Worst Nightmare. And it was like nightcore in that mix or whatever. And I was like obsessed with it in that key and in that speed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a song in that key and in that speed. But yeah, that's I guess how the how the idea sort of came together. I'm trying to think of what else like went into the song before I started making it, but yeah, whatever. Let's just run it.
It likes.
So first of all, we have the tags, of course. You already know this is just like this is a square wave. Without lossy, it's literally just like it's a square wave with like glide and shit. I put this reverb on it with the decay time all the way down to make it sound like it's in a box sort of. Overdrive on it, and then this is what's doing it lossy, which makes I went over it last time, but like a huge hallmark of the project, even before I had found lossy, was I wanted to have like really bad quality audio for a lot of the sounds. So like if you were to take like if you were to download like a really shitty MP3 or something, like that's what I wanted a lot of the sounds to sound like, and a lot of the whole songs, like sections of the whole song, I wanted to sound like that. If you listen to the new like Cat Mother project or whatever, that's like an example of something that's like all like the entire thing is low quality audio, like for the way it sounds. It makes things super like it makes the attacks kind of fade a bit. It makes things super stretchy. So like, and it also like can sort of like low pass the audio in a sense. So like without it, it sounds like, and with it, it's like completely subdued or whatever. I don't know what I have this sidechain to. I think I have it sidechain to. Oh, these little guitar things. Ah. Sorry for the OTT. But yeah, so I guess let's start with the drums, because the drums are like usually I would use the standard contact rock kit for a lot of this shit. But normally like in the other stuff I've already went through, I would combine the rock kit with either a live drum kit or like just live samples or something like that, so I could like mask. So I didn't have like the same kit going for like the entire album or whatever. I didn't really want that. But for this one, I literally just used like one. I just used the standard contact kit. And then, what is this here? Is this? Yeah, okay. So this is the. I think I might have just moved this to a different thing to have the volume automation, but when it goes into the super hectic part, it's like. But it's the same kit. For the little like bridges, I guess. Oh no, sorry, the pre-chorus. It's got like this like. Here I've consolidated all of these rims so that I could pitch them down, I think. I think that's what's happening. Yeah. OTT on drums for sure. OTT is wonderful. But the more I'm using it, the worse my mixes are getting. So I'm trying to like not use it as much. But you know I gotta use the bubbles. And I use like these bubbles at the end too. These? Yeah. So this original sample is like bubbles I recorded. But these are from World of Goo. I don't know if y'all play World of Goo, but it used to be like one of my favorite games growing up. And there was like a whole like I don't know where I found it, but it was just there was just a bunch of like World of Goo samples just somewhere, and they have all these like really cool loops in it. So like, I combine those two, put Lossy on it to make it like super stretchy again, and I have it fading in because this is at the end of the song, by the way. So you have these bubbles kind of going down with the classic like future bass shit, and then the bubbles like coming in. You can hear the cat on my mic. Yeah, if you hear some meowing outside, that is our cat. Anything else that's cool in the drums? I don't know. The drums are pretty like. Oh yeah. You know, I have printer again. The printer's everywhere on this album, and the bamboo, of course. I think this might be a real drum fill though. Yeah, these are real drums. I think I just didn't end up sounding good, but I used the fill, I guess. Super crunchy and shit. This group has nothing in it. So we're gonna move on from that. Here are the guitars. So you have these like pretty basic like mid-heavy guitars like at the front, and then underneath rather, on top, like I wanted basically just like the same shit with like a ton of just noise. I wanted to isolate just the noise. It's really just like white noise at the end of the day, but I'm like taking the same recording, putting a bunch of distortion on it, and then just leaving just like above 6,000, whatever the fuck. But yeah, these are just power chords, like these 3 tracks right here. Really simple shit. And then I have these little things going, which kind of give it more character than just power chords. It has like these little, like they're like fills essentially, but like, and like, and I have the little I have that like sidechain to those, so when those play, this gets the little lead melody that gets quieter or whatever. Sorry about the fucking drums, Jesus Christ. Were there any other? Oh yeah, so I recorded new guitars for the ending. And then just one note that I'm like bending throughout the whole thing, essentially. Or maybe I changed the note. And then I like took this because I thought it sounded sick. Without the amp, it's just like lame as fuck. But the way this like Ableton amp setting works is that it has this like feedback note function. So this one's like made to feedback. So when like the recording ends or whatever, you essentially it's like adding feedback on whatever note you give it. Yeah, fully coolly sound for real. This is the bass. Really didn't do that much to it, I don't think. Yeah. What is this? Okay, so this is the this is the bass at the end. I think I didn't want this bass. I wanted something that was like heavier. So I'm basically just taking like a sine wave, feeding white noise into it, saturating it. Oh, there's a pitch envelope too, so it's going like ooh, ooh, ooh. Like a kick sort of. What is this? Oh, this is the like deserve this whole fade in thing. I wouldn't recommend putting vinyl distortion on stuff like if you want clean distortion, I would use like saturator or overdrive or like pedal or something like that if you're in Ableton. But if you really want to fuck something up, final distortion is great. Like it goes like it's fire. So there was a lot of like vinyl distortion in the ones I went through 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, 2 weeks ago. But yeah, would not recommend if you want something. It's good for like fucking shit up. Like if you want to like mangle a sound or whatever, like that's the way to go. Empty track. There's a lot of empty tracks in here, so sorry about that. Let's see if I could do any other production stuff before I get to the vocals. Yeah, baby. So we got the dead mouse plucks with the delay on them. Which I forgot you can't see the serum, but it's essentially like I'm taking saw waves, 13 of them, detuning them a little bit, and then putting a low pass on them every time one of the new ones happens. So like summit plucks, exactly. With the delay and everything. Oh, this is sick. I'm happy with this. I'm trying to figure out what this was. This is just like a sine wave playing like a arpeggio thing, but it's super distorted. It's got a lot of delay, and then it's compressed this shit like within serum. And they come back with lossy on them, of course. These are the stutters, so I'll probably get into those after I go through the vocals. But yeah, let's go through the vocals. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat very much. I'm not very good at this.
Hope it lasts long, strictly business. Check the backlog, make a living, sing a sad song. Yeah, I live for the attention. Problem and it's not my fault. Pop star baby, pop star baby.
Yeah. So, can we order pizza while you're streaming? Yes. Are we getting the same thing? Are we getting like one pepperoni, one sausage? Is that the situation? We're throwing a pizza party because Elon Musk is hosting SNL tonight. Yeah, everyone drop your pizza orders in the chat. Yeah, y'all want anything? Did we order pizza the last time we were streaming? Something happened last time we were streaming. Yeah, let Umru know what you want.
Yeah, I live for the attention.
So I usually, this is a case where I didn't end up doubling the vocals, at least for the verses.
Why would I pay it any mind? I'm a pop star baby, pop star baby.
Which is kind of rare for me to do. I think part of it is because I don't really like my voice, but at the same time, I think I just know how to mix it better when I can, like, sorry, my mind's going blank, but when I can, like, double my voice or whatever, I think I have a better time mixing.
For the attention, I got a problem and it's not my fault.
Is my phone buzzing getting in the stream? Can y'all hear that whenever it buzzes? I'm sorry if so. Getting no's and yeses. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it.
Pop star baby, pop star baby.
This. So that's a falsetto take with, where's the distortion? Pedal and an amp used for guitars. and then under that, I do this like a lot, and even when I like inevitably get more comfortable with my voice and stop relying on effects as much, even though that's like already a huge, it's been a huge part of the, a part of my, I guess, like vocal identity for a while. But inevitably, I feel like I'll, step back a bit more once I'm more comfortable. I still will like always do this right here.
Pop star baby, pop star baby.
It's just like I'll just like I always do like chanting vocals and then pitch them up, like always. Even in like, I don't know. I think like, 5 years from now, I'm gonna be doing the same shit or whatever.
I'm a pop star baby, pop star baby. Pop star
What else is interesting here? Oh yeah.
Thinking about a little something something in my septum and a couple tattoos.
Also one layer. I'm using Nectar. For everyone that was not there the first time, Nectar 2 is how I get all my vocal shit. It's great for pitching up. It's got a great like formant function. It's got a harmony tab if you don't want to sing the harmonies or something.
Thinking about a little something something in my septum and a couple tattoos.
A lot of artifacts, but I like that. I like how they sound. Let me see the vocal chain. I don't really have like a set vocal chain. It kind of changes all the time. Like I don't plop something on my voice very much, but Nectar 2, very good. Recently with Live 11, I've been using this like vocal control multiband dynamics thing afterwards instead of like OTT or like over compressing the shit out of something. And a de-esser before that, I've been doing that too, because I usually, if I'm like in my like mixed voice or something, my consonants will be like louder than usual. Oh.
But I guess I want it anyway.
That didn't make it in the song, and I'm glad it didn't, because I really don't like that line. But that's why it's muted.
Shut your
Oh, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
Forgot about 2, 3, 4. But yeah, that's pitched up like 3. Yeah. 4 different takes.
2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Shut your mouth, listen up when I talk. I'm
Spoiled little brat and I get what I want. Shut your mouth.
So there are 2 layers of the hook singing the melody. One of them is they're 2 of the same, like they're singing in unison. They're not like harmonizing or anything. They have different formants. So this one is like a higher formant, which means like your throat is like closed up like that or whatever.
Shut your mouth, listen up when I talk.
And then this one's lower, which means like
Shut your mouth, listen up.
like that kind of thing. And then they on top of each other.
Shut your mouth, listen up when I talk. I'm spoiled little brat and I get what I want. Shut your mouth, listen up when I
And I'm super proud of these harmonies because they kind of like switch off as the way the melody works is like shut your mouth, listen up when I talk. I'm spoiled little brat and I get what I want. So it's like going. It starts up here and then goes down, kind of. So like these are kind of following that.
listen up when I talk.
Those do the bottom harmonies when it's up here, and then when the melody goes down here, the harmonies come up.
And I get what I want.
So
Mouth, listen up when I talk. I'm spoiled little brat and I get what I want. Shut your
and then I have this like
Listen up when I talk.
listen up when I talk.
which I think sounds really cool.
Listen up when I talk. I'm spoiled little brat and I get what I.
And then this is a bunch of me just like saying random shit. I had this just on loop. Yeah, stupid ad-libs. There's like 8 of them here. But it's all like fucking random. So random, so random. This is one of the more like unorganized project files, but I guess I still did like a color thing here. I don't really know what that is, but what other vocal things are cool?
Something in the bathroom, could I get it past you? Past you. Whoa. I'm out, listen up when I talk. Listen up when I talk. I'm a smart little brat and I get what I want.
And I get what I want. Okay.
What is something in the bathroom? Yeah, it's an awkward line. I want it to be like a drug line. I'm a poser though.
Okay. I'm a spoiled little brat and I get what I want. I'm a spoiled little brat and I get what I deserve.
Okay. Okay, so the stutters. Let's do the stutters. So these, I literally just took the track and just went like, ah. Like it is just the song. And then I have a little umu sound to like start this, like start each hit, and then underneath I have this like impact that gives it more like gives it more noise, so you can hear each individual like. I think it makes a pretty big difference. Ooze stomp. Umu stomp. Yeah, the Umu pack from Splice. Could not recommend it enough. I use it all the time.
I'm spoiled little.
Oh, I'm stoked on that. On the distortion on this. This is a pedal, guitar amp. Jesus fucking Christ! What do I do? What is this? Oh yeah, this is fun. And basically, like, because these things, like a lot of the instruments in this have like a, they have like a release or whatever. So like when I stop the song, like the shit will like keep going or whatever. A lot of the, or like maybe they have reverb or something on it, or like a delay. So like what I would do was I would take a utility and then automate the volume of it so that it would cut off like in these pauses. So that's like a lot of volume automation. But yeah, I'm sorry I don't have like a really streamlined way to go about this, but if anyone has any questions about this song that I didn't address, let me know. If not, I'll move on to your favorite sidekick. Also, do volume automation with a plugin. Don't automate the track volume. I'm sure everyone's answer this with you. You just write however it comes to you, or do you do instrumental and then vocal or something? It depends. Usually, like sometimes I'll have like a melody, and then I'll have to like write the instrumental around the melody. But most of the time, I like make the instrumental and then just like loop a section that I'm gonna do, and like and just start like humming shit. Which is like why sometimes like my lyrics will be like repeated or something like that, or you'll hear like rhyme schemes that have already been done or something like that. It's because there's just like I'll just like be humming random vowels and then trying to make words out of it. Hachime said, "Why not?" Because you're gonna want because at some point you're gonna have to like turn down the volume of that track, like maybe when you're mixing or something, and then you have to like do all the automation. It's exhausting. You have to use utility to automate things. Automate volume. How much music theory did you study, or is it by year? I studied a lot of music theory. I'd say most of probably the most helpful thing in terms of understanding like music theory and scales and like that when I was younger was piano lessons. I think taking music theory classes. I think if you take like an intro to music theory, you'll have like all you need. I think. But if you go even further than that and go into like the Bach shit or like chorales or like stylistic practices and shit like that, it's like it's not worth. And I think it's like the argument's like, oh, like you need to know the rules in order to break them, but it's also like you don't need to. You only need to know so many things about music theory. I do think like learning piano or guitar or something is probably like if money's gonna go somewhere and it could either go to a class or like learning an instrument, I'd maybe suggest learning an instrument. How important is stuff like piano bendo composing for you? It's been really good. I definitely think like it's a little different because like I don't know. I played a lot of jazz piano, like that was kind of my thing. And now I don't use it very much when I'm writing because I think there's just like jazz voicings I just don't want to like use, I think, in my own music or whatever. But it's been super helpful in just understanding how scales work, how chord progressions work, like what chords work into each other and stuff like that. So I'd highly recommend it if you have the resources, but if you don't, obviously, then there are totally other ways to go about learning theory and scales and stuff. Like all that shit's on the internet. And like a ton of my friends have like acquired their knowledge of music theory like through just like YouTube and stuff like that. Let's see what else. Did you compress all these tracks individually or on the group? I like okay, the thing is like compression I still don't really understand it. Like to this day. I understand how compression works, I understand what all the knobs do. I just like I don't have the intuitive like understanding where I can like I don't have the muscle memory for compression yet. So there's things like I kind of will either compress the shit out of something or not compress it at all. And that's just like out of not really knowing what I'm doing. So like I think a lot like for vocals and stuff, like I'll compress all the tracks individually and then compress the group or whatever. And I like don't entirely like know if it's not the professional thing to do, but if I can like make it sound good knowing what I know, then I'll like use what I know, I guess. But yeah. Theory and stuff is just a better way of translating the stuff in your head. Yeah, exactly. Like it's the same thing as like learning how to sound design or studying like how people like program drums or something like that. It's just like another way to be like, okay, I have these ideas in my head and I need like the language to communicate it. But yeah. Okay, let's get into your favorite sidekick. Okay, so your favorite sidekick. I had my like hook first, and then I had an empty verse part, and I was trying to think of a feature. At the time, I was listening to a ton of 8485, and I don't know. I was really scared to ask her to do a feature because I was just like, "There's no way she's gonna like." I don't know. I think I was a bit like, I had the, Bitbird EP out. I was just like 84, 85, just gonna think I'm some like feature based kid or something. But she was super into it. I had nothing to worry about. Didn't have to be scared. But yeah, that was definitely like both 84, 85 and Maxwell Young. I like looked up to a ton while I was like making this stuff. So I was definitely a bit like that new 80 EP though. Yeah, so good. Y'all check that out, Plague Town, if you haven't already. Actually, I'm gonna do what I did last time, but I'm gonna play the acapella and go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Celebrity.
Worldwide superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
I'm your favorite sidekick.
Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it. OC double dose off the psilocybin. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
I'm your favorite sidekick.
All dressed up, nowhere to be ever. I could rot, let's do it together.
Hey, what's up?
Voicemail, think you're so clever.
Shut up, come on.
Yeah, it's now or never. Black dogs, white socks, 2013 cliche. I'm bored, ox card, let me be the DJ. We're so right about everything that we say.
We're so cool.
Batmobile on the freeway.
Best friend ever.
And I've been eating toothpaste, cause you give me toothaches. And this could go 2 ways now. I think you drank my Kool-Aid, and I've been up for 2 days. Why are the things that you say always in my mouth?
Worldwide superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
I'm your favorite sidekick.
Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it. OC double dose off the psilocybin. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
I'm your favorite sidekick.
I can feel the pain all around me, but I know it's never gonna be mine. Pick a date and we can kill some.
Boom, 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 boom,
Pick a
boom.
date and we can kill some time. You can find me in the middle of nowhere. Everybody's dying, but I guess it's alright. I told you everything was gonna be. I told you everything was gonna be fine.
Smile, running back, guess I never tried it. OC double dose off the psilocybin. Ring, ring, pick it up. I could be a sidekick.
Banger. Okay. So this one, I've never had a song like this before, in the sense that I have, every time I get to like the mastering phase, which is just taking a brick wall limiter and turning the gain up, I have like always had to like turn it up a bit, but like I had to turn this song down. Like this song was too loud. I've never had a song that was like too loud before. Like I had to turn this down, I think like 4 decibels or something like that. Which is twisted. But let's dive right into it. Start with the drums. Oh yeah, so this is like the classic like 808 cowbell, I think, or it's like some classic drum machine. So this is the frontliner kick. Everyone get acquainted. Oh good. It is known for being like the entry level like hardstyle kick, essentially. Like, it's like, if you're gonna make hardstyle, you probably like have this kick, and you're probably told like not to use it. But I love it. And if you go into all like the milkfish shit, like the frontliner kick is everywhere. It's one of my favorite sounds to put in like any project file. And for this, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like the centerpiece. It's not gonna be like a hardstyle song or whatever, but I want these like, I was sort of like, wouldn't it be cool if like every like 7 bars or whatever the fuck, or 8 bars rather, there was this just like boom 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 that like reset the song pretty much every time. So also, I said this last time, but I usually, I think, yeah. Usually I group the drums with the bass in sort of harder hitting stuff if I know I'm gonna like saturate either of them, because I like when the drums and the bass like saturate together as opposed to separately. So we have like a, like it's turned up, it is saturated. Oh, here we fucking go. Okay. This is inspired by the baby. This is the it's the shug pattern. This is the baby's contribution. I'm not giving Joseph. No, listen. Just because you found a little mashup doesn't mean Jetson Made is like Jet. This is because of Jetson Made, but yeah, I really like the way that song came. Shut up! Jetson Made is not tapped into Joseph Marinetti. Get out of here with your conspiracy theories, Umru. Give Jetson Made his credit. But yeah, I'm super stoked on how this 808 sounds. It's a square wave, saturated a ton with the. It kind of sounds like a hardstyle kick, like without all the when I turn everything up, but it's like I cut the highs, vinyl distortion, which I think adds a lot to it. Pedal with the sub on, and I don't have anything going over here. I think I just wanted the sub to come through more, and then I crank this shit again. I've been playing with like this bass knob recently. There's a lot of cool sound. Like normally I would just kind of like, for years and years and years, every time I turn to use the saturator, I'd only fuck with this knob. But I've been like playing with this bass knob a lot. You can get some really cool shit out of it. And then this has a lot of layers on it. It essentially plays like a chord, I believe. Oh no, that's just this. It plays a third. Is this just... I don't even know what this is. I don't even know why I did that, but... Fuck, what was the question? If DJ Khaled, how did Jetson made another one? Anyway, I mentioned this last time, but usually whenever I make, a lot of the times whenever I make like a 808 pattern or something like that, I'll harmonize it up a third with like the same sound, or rather like up two octaves and a third. And to give this like a little bit of like more I guess like of an identity, than just like a harmony layer. I have this like reverb thing coming in too. It doesn't come in on the lower thing. But yeah, a lot of artifacts on this one. Yeah, I'm super stoked with how that sounds. What else is in here? Yo! Yeah! Yeah! Love that sound. You already know. What else we got in here? I guess we can go to the drums at the end, because I love those drums too. They're down here for some reason, but the clank snare, I think it's from like a Night Owl Collective pack. I forget who made it, but I love this snare. It's like one of my favorite snares. Yeah, I think it was like a Night Owl Christmas pack or something like that. And then I don't know what this open hi-hat is from, but I think it sounds really cool. Yeah. And then I think this is probably like a riser. Yeah. Okay, so I've got like, what is this? So there's a pitch envelope that goes on, yeah, like 11 seconds or whatever. So it's like just made to rise pretty much. But it's like a sine wave fed into another sine wave. And then this LFO is automatically like mapped to the pitch, which you have to go change or whatever if you wanted to automate something else. But I use it for like vibrato or something. Or in this case, like I just wanted to go like and have like no like discernible like tone from it. And then on top of that, I'm playing like two notes that are next to each other, so it's like super dissonant. That's the word I was looking for. It's crazy seeing like scraps of future bass still in. Yeah, totally. Like, I think it's really cool when people will see like either like obviously future bass is way like sooner, so there's a lot of like stuff in the production, but if like people would be like, oh yeah, like I'll tell people like, oh, I used to make dubstep or whatever, and be like, oh, that makes so much sense, or they'll be like, oh, I could totally like hear that and shit or whatever. So that's always fire. I'm glad it still pokes out. I think it's a really important aspect of my music. This lead, like this little plucky thing, Dan got everyone on Six Impala onto like Hanna-Barbera sounds, which are just like if you don't know what Hanna-Barbera is, they made like Tom and Jerry and like the Looney like all the Looney Tunes shit and stuff like that. But all of those sounds are fire, and like that's where like if you hear all these like magic sounds in like Six Impala that like sound like they're from like Powerpuff Girls, it's because they like are from Powerpuff Girls or whatever. So this is one of those sounds. This is like a when you like if you imagine like SpongeBob with like a toilet plunger, it's like a thong or whatever, just like turned into a pluck. I'm not gonna like play the original sound because that's like the secret sauce. Like no one's getting the thum, but. I think, yeah, I didn't use these. Just some nice guitar shit. I did use some kind of variant when 8045 comes in though, because before that it's literally just this pluck, the 808 and the drums.
Want it back, guess I never
PayPal me $50. I'll send you two. Yeah, so like I have these like really soft guitars come in here, And then I think this is like a, yeah, it has like an auto pan on it. Super atmospheric, but it's just a guitar with the reverb, like with reverb all the way up, and then like this auto pan is acting like an LFO with like volume automation essentially. Yeah. And then these guitars down here are like a lot more layered, but I'm missing a huge pizza combo. I'll have whatever. I'd see the notifications coming up on my phone. And then I have these other layers, like doing sort of accents. But I'm super proud of how that sounds together. I think it sounds really pretty. These are probably power chords. Yeah. Oh, sort of. Yeah, so this is the bass. It's a Gibson SG bass. And then this on top is the same harmonizing thing, like harmonizing the bass thing I was talking about earlier. On top sounds like that. And I think this is just like a cool like side melody thing. Yeah. So together it's all like yeah. I also have the clonk underneath. Underneath the snare here. What else? Oh yeah, these guitars. So these are definitely like straight up power chords. I don't know what's going on here. I like can't describe what. Oh, actually, oh no, this is the amp setting, just like out. But yeah, the feedback I see. So it's done with like resonators or whatever. Like but this is the same like Ableton amp preset that I was talking about earlier, like with the feedback note. It is really cool, but because it kind of reverts back to this note or whatever when there's just space here. Yeah, here's the gold right here. And you know I got the Travis Barker crashes underneath, like with the guitars for extra noise. So they sound like huge or whatever. What else we got? I think that's all for the guitars. Oh, I forgot the little break. So with the drums, it's like kind of reminds me of like UK by Dimension, like this sort of drum pattern with the breaks. Okay, is that all aside from the vocals, which I'll go into right now? I think so.
Celebrity
Worldwide superstar running out of mileage. Can't sleep 2 a.m. I don't really mind it. Ring, pick.
So I have a really tight gate on this, which I think makes it sound super like percussive, and it like cuts off some of the words, which I think sounds really cool too.
Fake smile, run it back.
A huge part of this song, at least this first part, are the whisper tracks underneath it, where I have like the highs, like it accentuates the highs and it accentuates like the consonants. So I'm basically like, I have this take,
Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it.
and then I have the whispers under it that just like are doing the same thing, just whispering it, like no tonality.
Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it.
Also with a really tight gate, so like.
Fake smile, run it back. Guess I never tried it. OC double dose off the.
And I basically whispered 8045's part 2.
All dressed up, nowhere to be ever. I could rot, let's do it together.
Hey, what's up?
Voicemail, think you're so clever.
Oh, and I did those
Shut up, come on. We're so cool.
like that thing. 8045 fucking killed this shit. Like I was like blown away when I got this back. And I was super excited to like edit it and shit, like do all the like that type of shit. And like the effects and all that, I was like really excited.
Black dogs, white socks, 2014 cliche. I'm bored, ox card, let me be the DJ. We're so right.
8045 is so fire.
We're so cool, Batmobile on the freeway. And I've been eating toothpaste, cause you give me toothaches. And this can't go 2 ways now. I think you drink.
Gorgeous, fucking gorgeous,
Say always in my mouth.
insane.
Now, I think you drank.
Yeah, so fucking sick. Where the
White superstar. Okay.
yeah. Here we go.
I can feel the pain all around me.
Okay, so this is really what you hear the most of. Super auto-tuned, a gate again, and like it's super distorted as well. But underneath it, I have this like, I have the same take pitched an octave up with Nectar, with a different amp on it, made to sort of accentuate the highs, and then I'm like stereo spreading it. So
I can feel the pain all around me.
you can't really hear it because it's the same take, like they're not stepping over each other in that way, but it like makes the high end much like more present, I think.
I can feel the pain. I can feel the pain all around me.
Very subtle.
We
Yeah,
can kill sometime.
so I think maybe about like 2 weeks before I sent, maybe even a week actually, yeah, I think it was like a week before I sent the project to distribution, 8485 was like, oh, like do you want me to harmonize the last part? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Or rather 8485 was like, I'm gonna like harmonize the last part, I think it could be cool. But if it's like too crowded or whatever, then like don't bother. So it's like, this is 8485 like singing the,
I can feel the pain all around me.
but I couldn't get it to poke through enough in the mix, so I just like cut that, but I kept the harmony and I think it sounds really good.
You can find me in the middle of nowhere.
Everybody's dying, but I guess it's alright. I told you everything was gonna be. I told you everything was gonna be fine.
And this is also another thing I've been doing a lot. This delay here, yeah, this one right here, it's sort of like shoddily like set to go like every third beat or whatever, just like with like in milliseconds or whatever, and then I have it go down over time. Like I have the time extend, and what that does is it pitches the every time it's delaying down, so like you hear. And I could have done that with like pitch automation as well. I think and I have done that I think in other project files because I think it sounds better. and you can be more exact with it. But that's a cool effect, I think, that you can do as well. So these are like cut to shit because I really wanted it to sound like a broken record or something like that. And there's a gate again. I'm also playing with the formant a little bit, so it's coming down here, and then up here it's coming back up. But yeah, I think that's about it. Does anyone have any questions on that song? The next one is Dry Land. Let me know. I was working with 80. It's fire. He's super nice. Does anyone? Yeah, I know. I like said that afterwards. I was like, does anyone have any questions? I was like, yeah, that it feels like fucking class. Was the song done before you sent? No, it was not. I only had like the first I only had like the first minute and a half, pretty much. How long have I been writing lyrics? Like 4 years? Maybe? Maybe less than 4 years. How does the process of a song like this feel? This one came together like, this is one of the more fun tracks that I had worked on for this album because it came together like so quickly. I like made the thing, sent it to 8485, and then I got the vocals back like the next day, and then I finished the song like I think the day after or something like that. Like Spoiled Little Brat or something took like ages of me just like not working on it for a while and listening to like whatever sections I had over and over again. But like this was mad quick. So I'm like super proud of how this one turned out. I also like that it's like a happy song. It's like the only happy song on the album probably. And it's like obviously tinged with like some darker shit. But I think I don't know. I really like this song. It's definitely like one of the ones I'm the most proud of on the album. Actually, I would go as far to say as like every song I'm about to get into is like these are my favorite songs on the album. Everything that I'm going over right now, like this time. But yeah, let's get into Dry Land. So this started because I was okay, here's the story. So I used to go to music school. I went to the same school as Gabby Knapsack. And they have these little like rooms called edit suites that you can like go into, and like it's made to sort of like if you need like a computer or something to like mix your shit in or something. That's sort of what it's for. But you know, like everybody I knew would go in there and just like make music, I'm pretty sure. But we had sort of rented out one of those rooms, and I was sort of talking about like the themes of the album, which at the time was like it was things I know nothing about. That was sort of the that was sort of the like MO for the whole project, is I was trying to get into like experimenting with things, whether that's like story or like the stuff I was writing about, or like, you know, guitars even, or like the sort of world I wanted it to be based in. I wanted to like not know that much about it. I thought that was sort of like a cool angle and a way to sort of experiment with whatever sound I had. But yeah, Gabby was essentially like, okay, what do you know nothing about or whatever? Or maybe he suggested this, but we ended up on tornadoes. And then he was like, okay, what place do you know nothing about? And then I think I said like Ontario or something. But the song is written about like being scared of tornadoes in Manitoba. So this song doesn't really have any like significance to like, I don't know, Fishmonger as a whole is kind of just a bunch of songs. Like I think it encapsulates like the time period that I made it in. Like at least for me, like that's sort of what the significance is. But there's no it's not like a concept album. There's no overarching like themes, at least intentionally. But yeah, this song is just like a fun like chew me up and spit me out. That's like a line about tornadoes and like spinning around and around tornadoes. It's about tornadoes. The song is about tornadoes. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm stoked on how we ended up like labeling the the groups here. Because I think the colors are pretty like spot on for the block, the Minecraft blocks. But white terracotta, you got your drums, you know what I mean? I think it might be bass too. Yeah, pretty much just drums. Pink terracotta, you got the bass. Lime terracotta, you got the guitars. I mean lime terracotta, yeah, light gray terracotta, you got the synths. And then light blue terracotta, you got the vocals. Did you mine these tracks or use creative? I use creative mode. You always gotta use creative mode in the studio. We were so on creative mode. So yeah, let's start with the drums. They're like pitched, which I think is really cool. Like I think this kick is like, this might be a Bisquick kick. Yeah, these pitch up. So these are the kicks underneath, like. So the kicks are pitched, and then there's also like these kick fills that pan. So it's like. I thought that was really sick. Yeah. And then Gabby did this crazy thing with the claps, or the snare rather, where it's like this is just the regular snare. This is for the fill rather, but yeah, he did like the regular snare, warped it and then stretched it, and warped it and stretched it even more. So it has this like super sick. Ghost producing is when you go into spectator. That's fire. That was fire. And then these are real drums. Yo, these are real drums. Yeah, so that's pretty much the drums. Yeah, okay, so this was made before I had Lossy, so I sort of walked through this last time, but what I would do is I would bounce a section of the track, put it in iTunes, and then there's a function in iTunes to convert like files that aren't MP3 or just convert anything like to an MP3 or like an AAC, but like more importantly as like an MP3 converter or whatever, MP3 encoder. So I would take a section of the song, put it in iTunes, and then convert it like maybe like 8 times in different like qualities. So over time this sort of gets like worse and worse quality. Seymour, you went crazy on that one. But yeah, it sounds like it's low passing. It's not low passing. That's just like the quality getting worse and worse and worse. And then I have these wind in cornfield and summer open field dusk sounds that I got from Free Sound. Shout out Free Sound. And it just goes for the whole outro. So yeah, those are the drums. This is like a bass song. Like the bass is like kind of the most essential part. Like the guitars kind of take a backseat till the end. But like in this part, it's kind of just like drums and bass and like harmonizing with it and shit. Gabby played these, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's kind of a loop. This right here is like I think it's this might be a guitar or it's the bass. I'm not really sure, but this is a third, I believe. It's a major third for both of them, which is technically like out of key. Like it kind of like whenever I listen to this song or whatever, it kind of like bothers me because I noticed that I like left it in, but whatever. So yeah, bass is super important, and it comes back at the end with like in multiple layers. So there's one that's just doing this like boom, like every like 4 bars or whatever. So that's just the C, and then this is a like third on top of it. But I also did this like finger picking thing. Super pretty shit. Have I listened to Candace yet? Yes, I have. So yeah, that's the bass. Very important to the song. Let's get into the guitars. Actually, let's not get into the guitars. Let's get into the synths and then to the vocals, and then I'll address the guitars. Actually, no. Let's do a little half and half situation. So guitars. So Gabby played these. Which is really sick. I love that. And I think this might have been me, but I think this sort of like was the this guitar part was sort of the precursor to being like, oh, wouldn't it be sick to have this like 4-minute outro or whatever? Because I think this just sounded really pretty. Yeah. So yeah, there's not much guitars in the first part, but they're definitely very important, especially when these kind of keep going and then as the thing slows down over time, they start to fade out. But yeah, Let's see what synths are going on here. Not much, but that's definitely Gabby's sound. I fucking love that sound. Starts off with this like pillowy sine wave thing and then just turns into this like yeah, and then I just played around with that sound a ton. I think I had this thing looping. Yeah. Super pretty shit. Vocals time. Yeah. So we've got the Gabby folder and the Devon folder.
Cold sweat, body, tell me you didn't sleep right.
So
Cold sweat,
yeah, these were the original vocals.
cold sweat, body, tell me you didn't sleep right.
And because we were at school or whatever, we had like a SM7B mic in there. But I decided like I didn't like it afterwards, so this is iPhone mic.
Cold sweat, body, tell me you didn't sleep right.
Like I did another take with iPhone mic.
Cold, spinning circles as I open.
This is the same technique that I was talking about earlier to make things sound like they're in like a really tiny box or whatever. I would take like reverb, turn the decay time all the way down and the dry wet all the way up. This is a thing that like Dylan Brady does all the time. And it's how he gets like his really like after that he'll distort it and then make some like really crazy sound out of it. But that's the technique.
And you don't see these off the coast that often.
You don't see these off the coast that often.
Mama. Someone's gonna call you when it's early in the morning.
So there's two layers here. There's a falsetto layer and there's a high one, and there's a lower one.
Someone's gonna call you.
So that's the lower one. This is the high one.
Someone's gonna call you.
And then there's this like ad lib. It's early in the morning. Like it does this like.
It's early in the morning.
I want it to sound like Chance the Rapper or like some like indie girl or whatever.
When it's early in the morning, and I didn't really want to.
Spinning around and around. Let's do it.
Spinning around and around. Spinning around and around. Spinning around and around.
So those are like, I wanted it to be like a bit like out of tune, so that it sounded bigger.
Spinning around and around.
So like these two are like completely like way out.
Spinning around and around.
Like no auto tune, just like whatever.
Spinning around and around. Spinning around and around.
Spinning around and around.
Those are super out of tune, just like high pitched stuff or whatever.
Around and around.
And it gives it more of like a crowd feel when things are out of tune. Like you can't really, if you're gonna do like crowd vocals, you need like some of the layers to not be in tune with the others. Otherwise, it's all just gonna sound like one thing. If you auto tune everything.
Spinning around and around.
Yeah.
I was falling, all I had to do was open my eyes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Here's the hook. So I have this like reverb thing. It's a good trick to know. If you want like things to, if you want your vocals to kind of fade in, like you want like to harness like a vowel or something fading in before like the vocals come in, what you do is you cut the vowel you want, put a ton of reverb on it, bounce just that, reverse it, and then you have this kind of like, right? So that's the I vowel. Just isolated, ton of reverb, and then reversed. And it makes it sound kind of like, it's a way to let your listener know that like the vocals are coming or whatever.
I wanna know what it takes.
Learn that shit from Martin Garrix.
I wanna know what I'm doing. I wanna know what it takes for you to shoot me, never spit me out.
Yeah. Gabby's vocals time. Gabby's vocals.
Love, you know that this is rare.
He also sent his back, I believe. This was all written, like, in... I think most of it, yeah, most of it was written, like, in the room we were in at the time. But we both, I think, were sent vocals, like, different vocals back and, like, re-recorded everything. But
My love, you know that this is rare. The thrill from breathing in the air. You know this is my biggest fear. I can't decide right now, I can't decide. Was caught up, never guessed it.
Without me thinking of you.
so those are underneath.
Right without me thinking of you.
Without me thinking of you.
And then this, like, yeah, with a really short echo on it.
Yeah.
It's fire.
I don't mind the win. So why the fuck am I still in the air?
Gabby's mic kind of sounds like a 7-beat. It is, I think. I'm pretty sure it was used with a 7-beat, but yeah. And then this part at the end is me just like, I wanted to get all these really like disgusting, yeah, it says gross here, like these like disgusting vocal things in where I'm like taking the melody and just like saying a bunch of random shit with it, but I wanted it to fade into just this like that kind of thing. It's a little embarrassing, but I thought it would be sick. And that's when it's like fading out into the guitar thing. So let's get into all the guitar layers in the last part. Underneath. So there's kind of just like, yeah, this is what, 6 bars? Yeah, so there's loops going at sort of like different times that aren't related to each other. So this is repeating every 6 bars. There's a bass note that's repeating every 4 bars. There's probably something repeating every like 7 or 8 bars or something like that. I just wanted it to sound like it's varying every time it repeats, because there's not going to be like a time where everything is lined up exactly, because they're all repeating at different like cycles or whatever. So you have this and this are panned and going at the same time. Is it clear? Does it get clearer? Oh no, it fades out. Oh, that's because this is in the earlier part, but we already went through that. This is sort of the root of everything. So we're hovering like on this C major chord for like 4 minutes or whatever. So this is kind of where the root is, and everything else is kind of, yeah, see, like these aren't aligned or whatever. But they're playing the same thing. But I wanted them to stop all individually where they stop looping or whatever. Sorry, that didn't make any sense, but whatever. So these are like layers on top of the bass layer. Did I record directly into the interface? Yeah, directly into the interface. Oh! So, okay, so this was recorded when I was like at school or whatever, these guitars. And this is an ES335, I believe, which is a semi-hollow body guitar. I had never heard like a more beautiful guitar in my life. Like when I played it or whatever, I was like, this is gorgeous. And it's a jazz guitar, so it has a really like sort of round, like warm tone or whatever. It's not made to be like or whatever. But yeah, I sort of after that was like, okay, when I get my own guitar or whatever, I'm gonna like set out and get something that like sounds like this or whatever. And I think I ended up getting something like with a similarly round tone. I got a Duo Sonic, But yeah, this guitar, the sound of it is like fucking gorgeous. And I was really glad I got to use it for this. I don't own it. I rented it out. But yeah, if anyone's like a guitar head, this one's fucking sick. So these two layers are the ones that sort of like, they're the kind of the last men standing towards the end. Like these are kind of the last two you hear, but underneath is kind of like, since they're not like the main thing, they're just more notes on top of each other pretty much. If we get into the synths, I went into that already, but that's Gabby's synth. And then I kind of wanted this like one note to sort of soar in every now and then. So this operator patch is doing that. Is not a voice. Just an operator patch. And then this right here, I hooked up a keyboard and just started playing a bunch of shit with this pluck that I made. Or it's not a pluck, rather. It's just like a, it's like a sine wave kind of thing, but it has a pitch envelope on it that's only like affecting it like a little bit, I believe. Oh no, never mind. Whatever. It sounds like super detuned. But this is just like me playing. This is a one take, just a bunch of random notes or whatever for like 2.5 minutes or something like that. So like. Electric is it's an electric piano emulator in Ableton. Yeah, super stoked on that. Oh, there's a shepherd tone as well. We got 2 songs on this album with shepherd tones in it. But this is sort of when everything's like about like calming down and it's like it fades out. Is that everything? That's everything. Fuck yeah. Okay. Let's go into the fish song. Anyone have any questions about Dry Land? Underscores baby fuck. Fish song fuck baby fuck. Yo, okay. This is crazy. What you're about to see may shock you. 16 tracks, baby. Only 16 tracks. This is like the smallest project file I've made in like 5 years or some shit. Actually, no, that's not true. Trustfall was like 7 or something. But not even 16, because I don't even use this one. I consider that 15. 15 tracks in here. So this one's going to be a quickie, but let's get into the guitar first. So my friend Garrison, like when he first heard the song, was like, oh, this is a really like interesting like guitar part, because it sort of sounds like you fucked up or whatever and then started playing again or whatever, but it's all like these stops or whatever are intentional. And I thought it sounded cool, but it's 100% like a possible thing to play on the guitar or whatever. And it's only chopped up a ton because I wanted to use like the best takes and stuff like that. But it's possible to play in like one sitting. Like I feel like some of the other stuff is a bit hard because there's either too many guitar layers or I've made it like physically impossible to play that like on a guitar or whatever. But this one's like, this one's totally doable. But yeah, what else we got? What else we got in here? Oh, these are more guitar layers. These have a ton of reverb on them. Super long decay time. But I think they add a lot of like ambience to the guitar part. Yeah. See, they're still going. What is this? Yeah. Okay. So that's under it, and it's like theory-wise, it creates a lot of tension. But I have this pitched up with manipulator up an octave, which makes it have like some artifacts and stuff, and makes it sound kind of weird. Yeah. This guitar too? Oh no, this is bass. So the bass doesn't really come in till the interlude before the first verse. I mean the second verse rather. But it kind of just does the notes. Pretty basic. I didn't put anything on it, I guess. Like no compression or nothing. Oh yeah, here we go. This sound is sick. It's like really made by the like release or whatever. But it's a sine wave fed into another sine wave. This pitch envelope does a lot. It's the difference between like. I guess it still kind of does. Hold on, let me turn this off actually. So this is like the plainest it gets or whatever. But the LFO has like a ridiculous vibrato. Like it's doing a ridiculous vibrato on it that only plays when this note is pressed. So like when the release is happening, it doesn't play at all. But like, right? Like it's like hear the difference between like when the vibrato comes and then when like this note stops right here. Like it's just pure after that. So that's what's doing a lot of the pitch work, and then this pitch envelope right here is taking it, like making it go from 4 octaves below and coming up like really fast. And it's going up an octave and then coming back down as well. So there's a lot going on. And then I have this transpose thing. Oh, I guess I had it in a different key before, but yeah. So that's that sound. Super fun. I really like that sound. Is there anything on this? 14 tracks, baby. Let's go. This is just radio static. It's really quiet. But it's over the whole thing. And I kind of wanted it to not be silent when the song started and ended. So there's really quiet radio static underneath. There's this like beep here. Where is it? Yeah, it's from like a train station or something. It kind of sounds like a heart rate monitor or whatever. That's not really what I intended. This is probably subconsciously inspired by Float by Eden, which kind of has the same this kind of same like note happening every once in a while, but it's going at a completely like, it's not this is not like it's not mathematically lined up to every like 4 bars or something like that. I have it coming kind of at random times, but it's going through the whole song as well. What's this? Oh, okay, so here are the vocals. Super basic.
Outside the city, I was holding something no one's ever seen before.
And I have a high layer as well. Just doing like falsetto or whatever. And then at the end of the second verse, I have these harmonies come in.
For a week they kept it quiet, and without a proper burial, they kept it in a jar. Just until it passed the pump, had overfilled with just until it overfilled with.
I'm very proud of that vibrato on that vowel.
Till it passed the pump, had overfilled with sand, and then they spoiled a lucky charm.
And then at the end, when I do the high note, I have it like, I have the reverb come in. Where is it? This one. But yeah. And then I also do the reverb thing that I was talking about before, where you reverse it.
Just outside the city.
It like announces every line, which I think is really, it helps it be an easier listen. It's not as jarring when the vocals come in. Yeah, that's the Fish song. Sorry I went through that really quickly, but I do want to get into Del Mar in the last 20 minutes if I can. But yeah, let's do it. Del Mar is by far my favorite project file to like poke around in out of all of the Fishmonger songs, primarily because Maxwell Young is like fucking incredible, but I also have a lot of things in this song that I'm super proud of, but yeah, if this loads. How's everyone doing? I know it's been a while, but this is the last one. This is the last one and I'm out. I'm trying to be out of here by 8. You stand or sit when you record vocals? I sit because I'm, but like don't. No one should. You should probably stand. You should probably stand when you do vocals. I'm just like, I just don't care very much. But yeah. Yo, there's fucking Spinebender in the chat? Yo, no fucking way. What's up? That's insane. We made a banger. Never came out. Okay. Del Mar, let's do it.
I think I figured out what it's.
So these are double tracked acoustic guitars. Ignore this automation. This was never used. But it has these layers underneath. Oh my god, you can't see it. Sorry. But super plucky, like everything's like palm muted pretty much if I could get to it. And then at one point I was playing with the bass here, the bass knob on the, yeah, ignore the saturation, it didn't get used, but I was playing with the bass knob on the saturation with it turned all the way up, and I got kind of this cool like when it was at this. which I thought was sick. I wanted that to come in like at like a halfway point. I wanted it to be like super distorted. Actually, hold up. Let me show you what I sent Maxwell Young, because I didn't have a song at first. I didn't have a song that I wanted Maxwell Young to do vocals on. I kind of just sent like a bunch of like unfinished beats because I just wanted to work with. I just want to work with him regardless. Let me see if I can find it. Come on, where is it? Sorry, y'all. Whatever, I can't find it. Anyway. This whole first part I did last. But this was essentially the beat I sent. Actually, no, sorry. Let me run again. That's pretty much what I sent, or whatever. And I sort of had the idea to like Frankenstein these two ideas together. But like we have these like these harmonics that were in the other beat that now kind of just fit. I had them fit sort of in the first part and the second part, so. Okay. The Dillip 808. Boom. I have a manipulator here to stereo spread it. And then I have. Do I have the guitars do it? I just have the vocals do it. So every time an 808 sounds, I have the vocals dip with the volume automation. Where is it? Here. So I wanted to like, and then like a boom in it. So like, it's not. It's done like on with volume automation. It's not the bass isn't so loud that it's like naturally doing that. I just wanted it to feel like that. So let's.
But I want to sleep back, pay it back sometime. Relax, I'm not built. You wanna let it eat you whole.
So I have the this, yeah. I have the for this like wouldn't let it eat you whole. I have like the EQ go in and out.
Wanna let it eat you whole. You wanna let it eat you whole.
Any other cool stuff with the vocals
It's my
in
bad,
this part?
it's my bad, it's my bad. Don't like pay it back, pay it back. Don't be mad, don't be mad. Bad, it's my bad. Don't like pay it back, pay it back, pay it back sometime. Can't relax, I'm not built like you. You wanna let it eat you.
Yeah. Okay. So that's. I'm just gonna say that's it for that part. But in this little like part that bridges the two sections together, I have a bunch of sounds, like just going crazy. I just had a ton of sounds here. So like, let me play it without lossy, which like sort of low passes everything, but. This was very inspired by like I was listening to a lot of Cardboard City by Zach Valera at the time, I'm pretty sure. So this was a total nod to a lot of the textures and stuff on that album. So yeah, the next part. If we go into the drums really quick, I wanted to have a clap. I wanted to like to. I didn't really want the drums to have any like structure. I wanted the 808 to like provide the structural integrity for the drums rather than like the kick or the snare doing it. So like the clap here that's on all the offbeats, it's like a stereo clap and it's really quiet. So it feels like it has like an anchor with that, but it's like really hard to discern or whatever. So all you really have to grasp onto is like the like or whatever. I got some other like percussion. Chopped up birds. I think that's all the drums probably. There's not a lot of drums in this part, but it kind of just loops. This like I was poking through trying to figure out how the fuck I like made this. I wasn't really sure. I know the echo here. It's really it's set really tight. To make it kind of sound like bubbles. And I have this pitch automation this pitch automation thing going on, which makes it like glide up when I trigger it to. Like on that note. But other than that, like I guess I got the pitch to kind of waver with the LFO thing again, because it's automatically mapped to the pitch. I had it set at a pretty low rate, and like the amount was just a little bit, so it's going like as I'm playing notes or whatever. This is like pitched up, like it's up a few cents, I think. So like it's super detuned already. And then yeah, there's the echo thing, and then this manipulator, what is it doing? It's pitching it up like a whole octave. And then I've like had the formant go like that, like just like 0.1. So it creates this weird like glitchy thing where like a lot of the notes aren't set in stone. Like you hear them being like lost or whatever, and that's what like manipulator is doing. Like they lose their tone. But yeah, that's how I made that. I don't think there's any more. Yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry, I'm like rushing through this, but I only have these guitars at the start come in at like the very end of the song. What else on the production side? Okay, so like this is my favorite part of the project file, is like Maxwell Young's production contributions. This whole folder is called Maxwell Pretty because it's just all of the synth sounds that are just like super like it's like heavenly. Like I would never be able to do anything like this. I don't know, I can't describe it. And there's guitars on top of it too. Like Maxwell Young has such a great grasp on like how to make things sound like insanely like pretty and like I don't know. It's just like a skill set I can't tap into. That's just like I'm so glad I had like that there's like Maxwell production on the song, not just like the feature, which is, you know, great obviously. But this is what really I like when I'm like bored or something. I'll go in here and just like listen to all this shit. And then this fucking it's like so good. It's so good. Yeah, so that's definitely like my favorite part of the project file. I have this toy piano thing going on. I really like this preset. I don't remember. This might be Collision? I forget. Yo, this guy's crazy right now. But I'm playing with the... Am I automating anything? Yeah, I'm automating like this inharmonics knob. Where is that? Yeah, it's right here. And I have a delay on it, but I have this crazy MIDI, and then I reverse it here and put it on the other ear. So at the same time, and then to go even more than that, to make it like even more undiscernible, I have this like delay on it. Yeah, I think that sounds really pretty. And then I have this like note fading in. To add more tension. Yeah, you can reverse MIDI. It's right here. You just take this. You can invert it too, which I use sometimes. That's all the production, I believe. If we go into the vocals for this part, like if you go into the Maxwell vocals, I feel bad playing 8485 and Gabby's vocals without asking them if it was cool, but
Next to me, yeah. Just them cause I've seen. What do you mean? I shouldn't freeze again.
there's just so many layers here.
Blame it once, blame it twice, yeah. Out of my care.
Everything's super doubled, there's a lot of delay. I did this like little flourish thing at the end because I thought it sounded cool. And that's at the like waiting on you.
Out of my head. Waiting on, yeah. I have to go get her, cause you can see me. Throw me in the days.
Yeah. So that's Maxwell Young. I don't know what he's saying there. I don't know if he put that down in the on the Genius page. I don't remember, but yeah. And then I guess this will be the last thing I go over. But this is like after all this shit, like there's just a ton of random shit I kind of just riffed or whatever. And I have these like screaming things. The part that I'm most proud of, I think, out of anything on the album, I think, is how huge I got the vocals at the end to sound.
It's not a stranger to you. You cried last night. I don't have nothing to prove. It wouldn't work well. I wouldn't know what to do. I couldn't know what to do. I never know what to do.
It's something I don't know if I can ever accomplish again. Like it was really something where I like did it and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe it sounds like that. Right up. But I wanted it to feel like this like big moment at the same time. Like it's a much more understated song than everything else. But yeah, I'm like so proud of how these turned out.
I had a bad day. It's not a stranger to you. You cried last night. I don't have nothing to prove.
And then I have these like screams here. Kind of. It's wacky, but
Know what to do. I couldn't know what to do. I never know what to do.
But yeah, that's like it. I think I just went through everything. And we got 3 minutes to spare. Thank you guys for coming and watching me break all this shit down. I had a lot of fun making it. And I really appreciate everyone who's like still listening to the album or like songs from the album. It's like insane that I still hear people like talk about it. And like I check like stats sometimes and like seeing people streaming it is just like it really means a lot. And it's kind of like I don't know, there's one point where I like looked at the stats on Spotify or something, and like the last 3 songs, which are like, you know, the most like unpopular or whatever, they all had like the same amount of plays, and in 24 hours it was like 1,000 or something like that. And I was like, holy shit, there was like 1,000 people listened to the album all the way through today. And it like I was like taken aback. I was like, holy shit, I like can't believe like it's something I made has like reached so many people and they've like resonating with it so much. Like even like a month after the album had come out or something. I don't know. I'm just very grateful for everyone's support. And I don't know. I hope these streams were like informative or something, or y'all got something out of it that you can apply to your own music. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a ton. Okay, everybody, drink water, eat some food.